just going to... I've already got a little bit of footage of myself fixing this rig, but I'm just fixing up some random Minecraft story mode rigs that I did. Pretty nice rigs. Oh, another update. I got Matchup for these. You probably know what Matchup is. I just finished up the 1.2 edition. Fixed a few fixed a few pesky things about the other Matchup, so this is pretty fun. So Matchup is completely functional now. It's pretty nice to have around. It's like a good friend that will never leave you. See? Look at it. It's so much fun. Now, in one version of Matchup, whenever you went up here, did IK leg, IK arm, the feet, they would snap all the way down here, but I fixed that, so it'll always stay with the global transform control. And so yeah, obviously Petra's here. While I was gone working on fan fictions and things, went ahead and started doing some other stuff. I have a Petrolib, an Olivia rig, and a Lucas rig. Those are some of the new things. I'm working on an actual rig too, because no offense, but the dude's huge, so it's like I have to make a whole new rig, and it's not going well so far. So that's something. Just gonna settle these rotations to 0. Wait, what? Oh, this is the length attributes. I thought that something else had popped up. I'm like, no. Ah, goodness. That's another thing that I need to fix. Wait, does he have 2 pupils? He has 2 pupils. Oh my gosh. Just delete those. And obviously his head's kind of broken, so I'll just rig this right away. There we go. Oh. And his nose. He's gonna need his nose with him, isn't he? All the mouthpieces seem to be working okay. So good. I need to fix these. It's gonna be really easy. What I had to do is go into the icons group and the left pupil. Just parent constrain. And the same thing for the right pupil. That should work. Let's see. Okay, it's good. Turn out the anti-aliasing. Very good. Everything looks smooth and nice and happy. Oh my gosh. Senpai! Hi! Does anti-aliasing work for the controls as well? I know it doesn't work on the controls. I'm like, is it rendering is it rendering this little control thingy? So yeah, I was rigging Lucas, and apparently I had to get some other parts in here, and so yeah, there was a lot extra. The bodies are mostly the same, except for sometimes people's sleeves, they like have weird cuffs on their sleeves, and so I had to end up editing that. But the most that I really have to change for this rig is the face. Like I had to I already added that. What did I? Okay. Oops, I added it to the wrong layer. There we go. Okay. I just added most of his geometry. And I think we're actually done. Now all I have to do is get all this stuff and where it belongs. Just put that in there. The head, nose, and hair. Up, please. Thank you. Put all that in there. What's this? Oh, that's Aiden's old head. Skins are like really good as far as being able to mix them around. So I don't really have to worry about that. I always have to turn this on though. Oh, look at his nose. Got your nose. Okie doke, that's looking great. And just get rid of all this stuff. And it looks like we're doing fine. Oh my gosh, look at it. Oh, yay. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, everybody. I think I'm gonna go rig something else now. I'm just have this live stream on, like in case anybody wants to watch it. It really do need to update those notes. Okay, so this guy's good to go. Oh, match app works for him too. It works across all these same rigs. It's just I don't know how to get it to work when multiple rigs are in the scene. I want to have sort of like an input thingy where I can input things like if the character's name is this, then you could change that about it. Yeah. Wee. So yeah, it's a pretty nice rig. Just don't know how to get it out without people stealing it or whatever. So I know I won't be able to protect everything, but I at least want to make some good change off of this. Make a little bit of money. So now I'll go rig Axel. As you can see, it's going kind of well. I've got the torso down, but it's just the legs. What's going on with this? See, it always moves a little bit. I don't... Okay, just gonna shift H. And... Whoops. Okay. But I almost forgot to set the preferred angle. That's what happens. Look. Okay, limited no boost. Joint labeling. Where is... Here we go. Preferred angles. Just set it to 5. And... Okay. See? Why is it moving? I'm just gonna have to start all over. Gonna delete that and that and that and that. Delete everything. Except for the left foot control. So how I do this rig, I want to have good rotation. I want the pivot to start at the hip, at the middle of the hip. I made a mistake back while with another rig putting the joint back here, so it rotated really weird. So what I do, start 2 joints like that, just basically placing them, and that's good. So what I do is just snap it to wherever I need it to snap, and then you see you'll have the 1 joint. Maybe this is why it's not working, but it still shouldn't do that. But I insert a joint. See? Oops. Put it right. I'm gonna put it right there. Let's see. How does this work? How does it go? I'll do the same thing again. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't do any wonky stuff. Okay, this is good. So we'll call this left thigh result joint. Then we'll do the same thing for the shin. Same thing for the foot. And the toe. And we'll just duplicate it twice. I'm going to search and replace names. We're going to replace result with IK. And replace result with FK. Make sure you have hierarchy turned on. I guess I'm teaching you guys how to rig, I guess. Probably should change the stream name. Don't think it'd allow me to, though. I don't know. Let's just keep going. We're just gonna move these over here then, I guess. Make sure you're reading orthography view when you're positioning these, because about 1.75. There we go. That's perfect. And I already had the matching going on, like the joint matching, so we'll just turn off. So DG, add, select all of those. But these are blend color nodes. Assuming that you're intermediate, I'm still going to teach you this anyway. So I was pretty good at the top of my game, but I still didn't know what these were. What they do, they just blend two colors or two values together. You have a blender attribute, which I have connected to the IK FK control right here. I'll show you. So like right now the blender's on 0, so the color that it's going to show is 1. And if it was on 1, it'll show color 2. But that doesn't matter right now. We're not doing colors, we are doing it with the joint translation and rotation values. So just get all your joints and organize everything. Now, I like to do mine with FK as color 1. You can do FK as color 2, it doesn't matter. It's just you can't put FK as color 1 on one of these and then color 2 on another, because you're gonna break the rig. So just get a few of these in here. I have this one left shin trans IKFK choice. Trans is for the translate, so we're just gonna go and grab the translate value and plug it in. It's color 1, and do the same thing for the shin on color 2. Just go ahead and just grab them. To create them, just hit tab, blend colors, and boom, it'll create one for you. But I already have these created from when I first started rigging, and it better not messed up, because then I'll be upset and angry and want to break things. But let's just go ahead and do this. Just doing the same thing. Ew, okay, that was wonky. My mouse was starting to glitch on me. Here it is. For the thigh, do the exact same thing. Good. And you want to go ahead and grab your result joints. Now there's a reason these are called result joints. It's because they're the result of everything going on here. So the basic setup, you have your IK, FK, put it in here, blend color. Then the output of this trans goes into the translate of the left thigh. So just do all those. And if these were brand new blend colors nodes, then they would not be, their blender attributes would not be connected. But if they were new, you just do window, general editors, connection editor, reload right, because it always has the one out here. And whatever has your IK FK switch on, which in my case would be this left leg settings thing, you go down here to where your custom attributes are listed, IK FK switch, and as you can see, it's already connected to the blender. So what that does is, these are my FK joints. I'll move them back here, and IK FK choice. Right now it's on IK, so you have your IK joints. They're over here. so you can switch. See? So, that done. Just go on to the rot values. It's called rot because obviously rotation, so just do the exact same thing. And you can't switch out either. You can't switch the rotate and say, ooh, that's going to be color 2. Then you're going to break your rig, or you'll have to come back and redo everything else over here. So make sure that your order is consistent. These rotate values are always so weird. I don't like these little unit conversion things. It makes such a mess of the graph. The node editor. It's the node editor, guys, not the graph editor. Graph editor is really fun. I like using it, doing fun things with it, like smoothing out animations, like Forgive Me. Forgive Me was fun to make. I think I showed you guys the making of that in the form of a live stream. So yeah, I really liked that. It was amazing. Voicing was done by me, of course, but I'm gonna have someone else come in and not completely take over the voices, but help me do it. Note, it'll still probably not sound like the real characters, but guys, do you want to hear what sounds like someone talking to himself, or do you want to hear what sounds like someone talking to two different people? I think you'd go with the latter there. So yeah, we're gonna have another voice actor. He plans on getting a YouTube account, but hasn't really gotten around to it because of, well, you know, life in general, stuff like that. So don't exactly know his exact reason for not getting on right now, but I mean, I don't blame him. Are these? Those look really weird. It's as if they're not even having the same values. Okay. See, when you become a good animator, you'll be able to look at a joint and know, hey, those aren't on the same place, even if it's just 0.002 decimals off. So keep that in mind, folks. Okay. Sound like the guy who finished the first. He's like, okay. Oh man, I deleted all the other stuff. Oh no, I forgot to orient the joints. Maybe it won't hurt. Oh, okay. Oh no. No. Is that why it worked that other time? Oh, that's weird. Why is it showing up as white? Okay, that's unusual. Okay, but it's better. Man, I like it when it's all green and things. Like, I'm gonna set that as the preferred angle. Now it better work. I have the whole world watching. Bum 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 bum. Dude, I think it worked. Okay. Another way you can test to see how your joint's doing is by parent constraining the left leg settings to the left foot result joint. Not only that, but if you're going to be using this to switch back and forth, wouldn't it make sense to always have it where the result joint is? Because like, if this thing is like, this thing is moving around and everything, so you're over here, you don't want to always have to go back over here and say, alright, so all you gotta do is left foot result joint, left leg settings control, and parent constrain. And voila! Wherever the foot goes, the control goes, so you can always just switch back. Of course, when you do switch back, you'll always have to go back to wherever the FK joint is, but with Matchap, that's not a problem. If you want, I can do a live stream on Matchap for anyone who's interested in it. I could teach you the ways of the master, even though I'm not really a master at animation. I'm just, I don't know. I don't know what I am. I'm just there, I guess. Yeah, so I just finished constraining the left leg settings. Oh, another thing, random topic. I used the D3D mesh exporter by Luigi. No, it was Random Talking Bush. Yeah, I think it was Random Talk. Yep, sorry, misattribution. The BMS exporter was from Luigi, but the The 3D Mesh Explorer was from Random Talking Bush. If you're going to put these into Maya, you may notice that they were like really, really tiny. While you could just select all this stuff and just scale it up, what I had to do, I had to basically remodel it using planes. And I just had to, I'm not going to do it because that's going to take a long time. I just applied the texture there and got the units to match the pixels, and I just had to fold it up. So that's how I got such a good model. If you're gonna do that, pay very close attention to things like the hair modeling, and pay close attention to the UVs. The UVs are always different for each character. Well, not always, but for him it was different. Obviously, because he has a different body structure, but I mean, still, it's good when you do something and you know what you're doing, and you don't just go through and you're like, alright, I'm done. Then you're like, oh no, I did something wrong, gotta start all over again. Alrighty, so for the FK joints, now we're going to make little controls to help control it. Blah, 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 blah. See that? Look at how nice that is. Number one rule of animating, an animator should never have to touch a joint. As I know for the FK joints, he's technically touching joints, but I mean, like, they shouldn't be raw joints, because you see, this is a joint, but I'm not grabbing the joint. I'm not going into the editor and saying, where's that joint? I'm grabbing onto a control. So we're gonna make some controls for the FK joints. To start, we'll just make a polygonal cube on the thing, on the grid. You don't have to worry about the size or the scale or anything. You don't have to go in here and say, I want it bigger. You just have to make a little cube. Next, you're gonna go into curves. Go ahead and grab your EP curve tool. Make sure that the curve degree is on linear. Actually, scratch that. Pull out the cube a little bit from under this guy's feet. That must have hurt like a Lego, Axel. You still alive over there? He's like, yeah, I'm alive. Good, you're still alive over there. Whoa. I did not. Whoa. Okay. Magic window. Please don't do that again. That was weird. I was like not even expecting that to happen. It just floated right on back. Weird. So, that's your EP curve tool. Make sure that the cubic degree is on linear. And snap it to the point, because now we're going to create a control. You could just, go on the grid and do like that, and then go into all the different orthographic views, but what I let's do just flip the point, because then there's no reason to make the cube. We're just going to do this 5.5. There we go. So, turn on snap to point, and just go all the way around the curve, not the curve, go all the way around the surface. Doesn't matter if you overlap the curve, it's not going to show up. And done. So with that done, modify, center pivot, freeze the transformation, even though there's all the transformation are frozen, but just for luck, just freeze them. Alright, I'm going to turn on our X-ray joints again and see if it's going correctly. Count the joints as you need. So I need 1, 2, 3. Don't count the toe. So now just duplicate that 3 times. Turn off snap to point because you won't need it. Now, we're not going to go ahead and snap the point up here because then it's going to mess up. I'll show you why. If I snap the point onto here, then, you know what? I'm not going to show you why. Just know it'll go somewhere else in the scene and you'll just have to re-edit it. But we're going to select the shape node. You can do this by turning on shapes, or you can just press your down arrow key and it'll select the shape automatically. You select the shape and then the joint that you want to connect the shape to, because you may think that we're just going to do, some people might just do like a parent constraint, select the curve and the FK joint, but that's not really ingenuitive. It's just like simple, little inconsistent too, because yeah, we're just not going to do it. So just select the curve shape, the FK joint, and in your meld toolbar, make sure it's not Python, make sure it's meld. Hit parent -R-S, boom. What? Don't worry about it. That's fine. But yeah, that's the reason why you need to make sure these are in the middle of the grid. But that's fine. So next you select the shin. You don't have to go and type in the same thing. Just do the up arrow key. It'll bring back the last command. Just hit enter. And left foot. You don't even have to go through here. You can just hit G and boom, done. Alright, so now you'll see we have these shapes connected to the FK joint. If you select the shape, it'll hit the joint. If you select the joint, it'll still get the shape. So they're one object now. Now you could actually just leave these out here and it'll be like a nice little, you know, like you just select it and bend it kind of like that, but I like mine actually on the object. So you're just gonna go into your side view, like, and I'm just gonna customize it, you know, make it all nice. Whoops, make it all nice. Make sure you turn off joint selection too. What I'm first doing, I'm just gonna straighten out these joints. No, not the joints. I'm gonna straighten out the curves. You know, they're all rotated and everything. Just snapping them onto a common point. You may notice this is like way off, and it is. So we're gonna fix that. So first, select these bottom ones, drag them to the bottom of the grid, then select these. Whoops. Select these, press and hold V, and we're gonna snap those to the foot. And then same for here. Gonna snap it to the knee joint. And then in our front view, select these, drag them to the middle of the grid, and just a little bit out to the side so you can still select it and things. Pull it. Oops, we're not going to pull it out anymore. I kind of want to snap this to this foot control thing that I did. So I'm just going to go in here and turn on display CV. And control vertex. Just pull it up, snap it to the point. Boom, you're done. Turn off the display CV, and you'll notice so that these joints kind of stand out, because you notice these are kind of hard to look at, hard to select because they're so darkly colored. I already have the layer set up because I told you I already had this done, but everything started falling apart. So just create a new layer, the bright color, preferably the same color that you did for the torso. If you want a tutorial on the torso, just let me know. There are already tutorials for these out, but like I could teach you if you want. But just add that. Make sure it's a bright color. It can even be green or something. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that it's bright, easy for you to notice, and boom. And it's gonna connect it to the this visibility to this IK/FK control. Have FK visibility. So the IK/FK choice controls these two. So it's really simple setup. Next we're gonna add length attributes. So go to add attribute. These length attributes are gonna allow you to stretch your FK legs in a non-uniform way. And I'm speeding through this because, well, I'm speedy. It's just something I do. I'm sorry if I'm going too fast for anyone, but just make sure it's float. Minimum is 0. Don't add a maximum value. Default is 1. So yeah, now you have your length attribute. Do the same thing for the shin. I almost said thigh again. Don't add anything for the foot, because like, how many circumstances would you need to stretch out the toe? That's like, that's weird. So what you do now, select the left thigh FK joint and window, no, not window, you do animate, set different key. Why is that always maximized? Oh well. So you load the left thigh as the driver, then select the left shin, loaded as driven. And so select the length value of the left thigh FK joint. At this point it should be set to 1. And then select translate X. This is only going to work if you oriented your joints correctly. For the leg joints, I have the primary axis X, which is the primary axis is the axis that runs along the joint. Secondary axis is Z. The secondary axis of world orientation is positive X. So just you have to make sure that it's set up at the start. If you go through and start rotating things, it's not going to work. But just select translate X for the left shin, left thigh should be length, and key. Now, if you don't know how to do this, you might say the length, you might say at 1 then it's 2.28, so at 2 then it's twice that value, which is true, but there's a much easier way to do it. So you select your thigh and hit the length to 0, and then the translate X also put on 0, and then key. You're pretty much done now. Well, not quite done, but you're getting there. But then select the left shin and the left foot. Make sure that the length driver is in charge. Translate X and hit key. the length to 0 and translate X to 0 as well, and key. Next you're going to, well, now that you're done, all you have to do is length out, and oh no, it doesn't stretch at all, it just goes inside. What are we gonna do? Well, there's a fix for that. All you have to do, select your thigh, no, not your thigh, select your shin, which is keyed, and the foot, which is also keyed. Go into the graph editor, and you see these two curves. Select both of these, put to tangent to linear, so that it's like a steady rate, not a sloping rate. And for curves, with these still selected, post infinity should be linear. And you see they just zap down immediately. So I'm gonna select both of those, and the length, we're just gonna bring it on back. See? That was not hard at all. I'll show you. Pose, view, infinity. See? Now these are just gonna keep on going up. So yeah. I'm going too fast for myself. I'm tiring myself out here. No, seriously. I think I need to take a break soon. Well, that finishes you up for your FK joint, so now you can switch to IK mode. And I already have this foot control, but what I did was I did the same thing that I did for the cube, which is create the cube, get your curve out, and do that. But to make it match the left foot joint, you just down arrow key, side arrow key, Control A, display CV, and then I just snapped all the CVs of the IK control to that. But we're just gonna switch back to IK mode, and you have this nice control, but it doesn't do anything. No problem. Oh my gosh, how long is this going? Probably 32 minutes. It's been 32 minutes, everybody. I think I'm gonna go on for another 13 minutes, then take a break, get back to this. Okay, so where was I? Oh yes, foot control. Go ahead and turn off display shape, so you don't need that on anymore. So with that, it doesn't do anything. So select your IK joint. I already set my preferred angle, but since these are straight, if you were to attach the IK joint, an IK control to it, it'd go like this. See, no bends whatsoever. So you want to set the preferred angle so that it bends. So I already have that. Just rotate it back a little bit and hit set preferred angle. And after you're done with that, all you have to do is add the IK handle. So see, it didn't move this time. How's well? So what you're gonna call the effect, you're gonna call this left leg EFF. You can call it left thigh EFF if you want to, but I'm just gonna call it left leg since it's for the whole leg. And then you get your handle, left leg, HDL. So goody, you have a working IK leg, but sadly, I'm gonna go the hard route. Most people would be satisfied with this, but you'll notice a few things. It doesn't stretch. What about the knees? It's like, why? I'd like to be able to place these knees elsewhere. So I'm gonna show you how to do all of that. So you got your left leg handle. Oh, make another one for the foot. So we'll just call that left foot. I said FOT, EFF, and then left foot HDL. So now it moves like a regular leg, except it doesn't stretch, and there's not a whole lot of control either. So before we do anything else though, just select the left leg and foot handles and put them into the left foot control. So now instead of selecting these handles, because rule of thumb, animators should never have to touch a handle or a bone. So now that they're in here, you can just select this control and move it however you want. Now we're going to do a little bit of now we're going to have a little bit of fun in the wonderful world of programming. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Thank goodness. Go to your script editor. Oh, I've already got mine pretty much set up, but I'm going to go through it with you anyway. Oh, skipping steps here. Don't go in your script editor, not yet. So you're going to create a measure tool. A distance tool actually. So you're gonna snap these to the joints, but I'm just gonna place 2 right here. And we're going to call this left leg IK length start loc. I know it's a mouthful. And then left leg IK length end loc. We'll go ahead and put underscores to separate it out. And then left leg IK length. You don't add anything to the end of that. Alright, so we have our length set up. All you have to do is press and hold V and snap it to these joints corresponding to their name. If it's a start, you're always going to have it at the start of the leg. And the end loc, you're going to have it at the end of the leg. Apparently, not there, over there. Good. We're great. We're having fun. So, you're gonna put this length and loc into the left foot control. Wait. Oh, I thought it moved. I'm like, it moved! So, now when we select this joint, you see it does nothing. Whoops, I put the wrong thing in. We're gonna put the length and loc. Okay. So now when you see when I move this up, it moves. But that doesn't solve our stretching problem. We just did something for no reason. Or did we? Nope. This is a script. You can make it yourself. I'm going to show you how to make it. What it does is it adds a keyframe to the leg. It kind of like what we did with the FK joint, except there won't be a length attribute. It'll all be in this control right here, because it's IK, it's inverse kinematics. So we're gonna create a new tab, language of mouth. So first thing we're gonna do is create a string. We'll call this driver, and it will be the left leg IK length shape dot distance. Type in exactly what I'm typing. So now we have our driver. That's good. Next, you're going to create 2 float values. One's going to be the thigh length, or you can just call it thigh for short. But to be specific so that there's no confusion, because you're going to have to use the same script for the right leg in the future, just call it thigh length, and that'll equal tilde. Guys, look closely. It's the key right next. It's the key that comes right before the 1 key. You don't have to press shift or anything. It's going to make that sign if you put shift. So just tilde, get attribute. And then left shin IK joint dot translate X. Add another tilde and a semicolon to end the line. I ran into a lot of people, and myself included, ran into a lot of problems because we thought the tildes were single quotation marks. They're not. It's a tilde. Save yourself some trouble and hit tilde. I got really frustrated. So the next float value that we're going to make is the shin length. And once again, tilde, can't stress tilde enough, so I'll just stop. Get attribute left foot IK joint dot translate X. Or whatever your primary axis is. If your primary axis is Y, you put Y. If it's Z, you put Z. But mine is X, so we're putting in X. What we're doing here is telling them that float thigh length is going to be whatever the left shin IK joint is, whatever the translate X value is, you get that. And here's how it's going to work. When we pull this down, I'm going to do this a bit. See, now when we pull this down, it's going to stretch for us. So that's why we're getting those translate X values. So the final float value we're going to do is that's a commit. So first flag we're going to do is for the current driver flag. The current driver is going to be driver, and next flag is driver value. It's going to be Oh, shoot. I really do need to change that. I'll be right back, folks. Sorry if you didn't hear anything that I just did, but it's like, sorry, bruh. Sorry about that. I have this hotkey. It was M. That's to turn off the microphone, and apparently apparently I'm hit. Yep, there it is. Hit M. Okay, so that was off, on, off, on, off. Okay. So the microphone should be. Yep, we're still going. Okay. Are we streaming over there on YouTube? I think we are. Yep, I think we're going. And, oops. We broke Axel. Don't worry, big guy. It'll be fixed. So we just got our leg to work. Now, for the knees, I doubt he'd really need anything for his knees. But then again, that match app. So what we're going to do, close all these. Actually, I'm just going to open up a new file because I don't want to hit all those minus buttons. Okay, so we're back. And we just got our leg done. Well, our IK leg. But we need a way for the knee to be able to, you know, knob around and do all that fun stuff. So what we'll do is create a locator, and we'll call this the left knee loc. No, I'm not going to do it that way. What we'll do, select the IK joint, all the length values, the left foot control, and make sure that you save your scene before you do this, because I have a tendency to mess up. I'm not saying that I'm going to mess you up on the scene, but I mean, when I'm doing this, I have a tendency to duplicate the wrong thing, and it might get a little bit ugly. So always save your scene so that you'll be able to go back and say, okay, I'll just start over from here. So you'll want to duplicate these just once. Make sure you have duplicate input graph on and just hit duplicate special. Now you'll notice it gives you duplicates of almost everything, including the FK and result joint. But that's not a problem. All you have to do is select all the ones that have a 1 after them, because you know those are duplicates. Modify, search, and replace name. So we're going to replace anything that says IK with no flip. And so we're going to just replace it. So you see we replaced that stuff. Just get rid of the ones. You won't need the settings, FK, or result joint, so just delete those. And the left foot control. Don't worry about that just yet. We're actually going to go into our original left foot control and delete the left leg handle and the left leg IKN joint. And you're probably going, whoa, gamer, they worked so hard on that. Just wait, it'll get better. So when you move your foot control, it should look weird like this. Like the foot should be the only thing responsive, because now this is just going to be a generic leg. And you'll see we have all the goods in our no flip leg. So select the left leg handle and add a no flip tag. Don't worry about the foot. So select these and put them inside of our left foot control, and voila. Now you get a really weird looking thing. And delete the left foot control. And then select all of the no flip stuff, including the left foot control again. And duplicate special. And this time we're going to turn our no flip, search and replace. We're going to look for no flip and replace it with PV for pole vector. Show you why we're getting all these name tags later, but for now just delete all the ones. Delete the settings, FK, IK, and result joints. Make sure they have ones after them. Don't delete your original stuff. So now you see you have another working stretch leg, but with really weird foot rotations. Whoops. Actually undo that. Undo all of that. Just go back to the no flipping stuff. So you're going to go in here and your left toe no flip joint, delete that. And then select all your no flip stuff in the left foot control, and then duplicate special again. And then we're going to do modify, search, replace name to no flip with PV. And good. Delete all those ones. And you should have weirdness going on. Go with out of here, the PV stuff. Put that into the left foot control. And that should be it. Delete all your other duplicates. You only have one left foot control left. If you shift select it, nothing happens. And now you have this really weirdness. You have this weird fun going on with the leg. We're gonna fix that. So you want to open all your left. Hang on. Okay, am I back on? Good. Usually, when my siblings are starting to get loud, so I just told them to quiet down. But usually, when I press the numlock key and think I'm still recording, it turns out I'm not. So I just decided to check that. Hang on. Okay, are we back on? Good. Yeah, ran into the kids like literally right after that. So select all your PV and your no flip joints, Windows, Node Editor. I'm gonna open up another window of mine because I always get this one confused. The one value, I like to keep it as uniform as possible, even across rig to rig. So you could call me perfectionist, but the no flip things, I'm always a little bit scared about what I'm doing. Look at that. Isn't that fun? It's got a gold tooth going on. So we're gonna go in here. Okay, so that's the PV joint. Okay, so PV is color 1. So you guys should be on top. So make sure that you save your work, because for some reason, whenever I try to make blend color nodes, sometimes Maya decides to freeze up. Create a blend colors node, and we're going to call this left thigh trans, or it can be rot depending on what you're doing. But trans for translate, rot for rotate. So we're going to do left thigh trans, PV, no flip choice. And just I almost said delete it. Just duplicate it and